What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another episode of our podcast. We are batting practice. I'm Josh. That's Jacob. Andrew is down there. Boys, I don't know about you. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be honest here. I am tired, and the dog is barking. Sorry. Uh, I'm tired, but it's for good reason. I'll get this out of the way right away. As you can tell by my shirt here. For my UFC fans out there, I was at UFC Des Moines last night for a fight night. I have to say, Lulu is really excited that I was at this fight night, as you can probably tell. Maybe I should let you guys talk and get the dog figured out. But I have to say, it was easily one of the best experiences slash like sporting events that I've ever been to. It was awesome. So if you ever have the chance to go, do it. Even if you're not that big of a fight fan, just getting to see it live, it was very, very exciting. It was an awesome event. Um, the highlight though was after the event, we went and got food. And keep in mind these events go until like midnight. So there was a restaurant that was like right next door to the arena. And we were like, let's let the traffic clear. We parked pretty close. Let's grab some food, a drink or two at this restaurant. So we go in, we sit down, and we're like just talking, whatever. We start looking around a little bit. And one of my friends is like, dude, that's Fluffy Hernandez over there. So for those who don't know, Fluffy Hernandez is like a pretty major UFC fighter, like title contender, potentially could win a belt in his career. And then we look over to the other side and we're like, dude, that's Thomas Peterson who literally fought that night. So here we are in this restaurant eating with some of the fighters and even cooler, some of the refs, like some of the main UFC refs who like have some aura to them. So we ended up getting pictures with a couple of the fighters that fought that night and the refs too. So that was a really cool experience. UFC fighters, very nice. Like they beat the crap out of other humans for a living, but outside of the octagon, very nice people, which is kind of funny. So it was a really cool experience. So I thought I'd share that. But that brings me to my question, boys. What is the best sporting event that you've ever been to and why?
Oh, easy, hands down.
I think I know your
I
answer.
I'll find it somewhere because Nash, I'm sure you're gonna know. And Andrew, we were all at this game together.
Mhm.
Brewers Dodgers game one, 2018 postseason. This is the NLCS, and
Mm.
the Brewers offense has done absolutely nothing. They're losing 1-0, I believe, to the Dodgers. Brewers offense hasn't done anything. They might have been even getting like not no hit, but it was like they hadn't put up much. And in steps your boy Brandon Woodruff, pitcher, righty pitcher, bats lefty. So he's facing Kershaw, who's a lefty, batting lefty. And what does he do? But hits a 407-foot home run right there. Rookie
Wow.
card, by the way. Uh, yeah, the picture is depicted in the card, and the Brewers would go on to win the game. But that was one of the most hype moments I've ever been a part of in terms of a sporting experience. Having the pitchers don't even bat anymore. That would never
No.
happen in today's baseball. So that's like a once in a lifetime, literally, experience that you'll ever get to see, seeing a pitcher homer in the postseason and then go on to win the game for his team on the defensive side of things too. I mean that's number one, just comes to my mind right off the bat.
Yeah, I was saying on the car ride home that um, the crowd pops at the UFC event were awesome. Like when somebody would land a good punch or there was a knockout, like how loud it was. And the one thing that came to mind that matched that was that game that you just brought up. So I was thinking that was definitely a good choice for sure. Andrew, what about you?
I'm tempted to go on the quieter side. We've been to fortunate enough to go to two different golf majors that
Also
have
was
come through
thinking that.
Wisconsin over the years. So I look fondly on the US Open or the PGA Championship. But I think the most special game I've ever been to wasn't even a game that counted for anything. It was a friendly between the Glasgow Rangers and West Ham United, and that was spectacular. It was a home crowd in Glasgow. We took the train there, and the train is was literally buzzing. It was bouncing up and down from the weight of people, and the whole thing was just it was a party bus. They converted the city train into a giant party bus, and there was a bar that was right next to the stadium where we grabbed drinks before. So you're actually not allowed to drink at Scottish football games because of the incident that took place in the 80s between Celtic and Rangers. So we had to get the partying before and after. But that was such an amazing game, and the atmosphere for a soccer match is just something else.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Great answer.
Yeah, I gotta visit European football eventually. That's gonna come eventually. Rangers. Ooh, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Celtic all the way.
Celtic are pretty great,
I'm the
but I'm a
Celtic.
Rangers fan. I'm a Ranger. I should have worn my
Uh-oh.
Rangers hat.
Oh,
Wow. Texas Rangers, speaking of RIP Jake Berger.
Oh,
oh.
Andrew. Andrew
Simeon's gonna
called it.
join him
He
soon.
called it. He called it.
They're just gonna send down everybody on their
It brings
team.
me no glee. Simeon would hurt because that I have his Sorare card.
Yeah. Well, it's it's time to talk some baseball for sure. But before we get into things, we're gonna debut something new here. Andrew's got something prepared for Nash and I, and he's had it prepared for a few weeks now, and he's hyped it up
Yeah,
and he's teased us, but we haven't been able to do the segment up until today, May 4th. May the 4th be with you, Star Wars Day.
that's right.
And oh, we could have ranked the Brewers, we could have re-ranked the Brewers Star Wars
Oh,
names
the
today.
Star Wars names.
Yeah.
Yes.
Churang, Bryce Churang, or as of last week, Bryce Turnag. But yeah, let's go ahead, Andrew, and let's
All
do
right.
what you've been holding on to for a few weeks now.
Okay, so while I pull this up, I need both of you to close your eyes
Ooh,
because
okay.
Okay.
it will they're built.
Well, while
I
you
don't want to
pull it
spoil
up, I'm
anything.
gonna put my settings on the screen
Okay.
to make sure, but I won't be looking, I won't be focusing. Okay.
My eyes are
Okay.
So I'm just
closed.
gonna side
Okay.
by side
All
multi-speaker.
right.
All right,
You
we're
guys
trying
can
to
open.
record all together here. We're still messing with the settings after 2.5 years. You think we have this figured out? We don't. But all right, should my eyes be
All right.
closed? Because
You
the
know you're
settings look
good.
good.
You're
Okay,
good.
I'm open. I'm ready.
All right,
Okay.
Christian
it's just
Yelich.
Yelich. It's Christian Yelich.
So we're gonna play this game and
Okay.
we're gonna
Okay.
see, are you more knowledgeable about baseball players or random celebrities? Who can you get more
Ooh.
of?
Ooh.
It's going to start easy, start you off some easy ones, but I'm going to be honest, it's going to get progressively harder. So you're just going to see the picture and I will reveal the name at the end. But as you guys both said, this is Christian Yelich. Very good. One for one. Now let's start to make things a little bit more interesting. Okay. We'll
Ooh.
start off with a celebrity. We're going to go athlete, celebrity. So this one, I hope you know this was meant to be an easy one.
Andrew, do you want us to shout out the answer or like wait and say on like three or
No, shout it out. As soon
okay,
as you know,
Pete
shout it
Davidson.
out.
Pete
Pete
Davidson.
Davidson. Boom.
So,
Okay.
did you put them back to back? Because like, has it been compared before
Yeah,
that
they look
Yelich
alike.
looks like Pete Davidson? Has that been
Oh,
a
did I
thing
do that
before?
intentionally? Oh, maybe.
Oh, are we?
Oh,
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
But
I
that
got
is
a
where
sense of
don't
being.
that is not a pattern that's going to
Oh,
hold
okay.
for the rest
okay.
of this.
I
So,
was gonna
Got
be
you,
really
got you.
impressed.
all right. We're making things a little harder. A little harder.
Is that my boy Zach Neto?
It is not. A little younger.
Is it Logan O'Hoppe?
It
It's so
is.
happy.
Good
Okay,
job,
okay,
Josh. Yes.
okay.
Hey, flying through, flying through.
Ooh.
Uh,
Severance
you had to
fans?
watch Severance. Come on, but
Yeah.
also The Office
No, no,
No,
no,
Parks and
no.
Rec.
Parks and Rec.
Suits.
Sorry, not The Office. Parks and
Oh
Rec.
yeah, Parks and
Come
Rec.
on, it's easy. Yeah, I'll save you, Nash, because you got me in the baseball side. That's Adam Scott.
There we go.
Adam
Boom.
Scott.
Okay, we're getting a little harder. Getting a little
That's
harder.
Isak Paredes.
Josh, you're on it. You guys, okay, okay. All
I
right.
don't,
Maybe I
dude,
made this too
celebrities.
easy.
Oh, okay. I know this one. I know this one.
All
That's
right.
Zendaya.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. Maybe I need to turn up the
I
difficulty. I
could
think
even
we're gonna
tell
get
you who
hard.
she's
It's
dating.
it's gonna get harder. It's gonna get harder. Did I stump you
Uh,
yet? Stump do 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 do.
is it, he's a pitcher, right? Can you say that?
Maybe.
Is it is it Charlie Morton?
Hmm?
Is it I have no idea.
It's not O'Hearn, is it?
O'Hearn was the other name that came to my head.
Okay. Jordan
Oh,
Westberg.
yeah, I should
I
have
did, I
known
Jordan
that.
really just
Westberg.
compared a 25-year-old to a 40-year-old man.
There we
That's
He
go.
doesn't
embar
look,
This is
he
an
doesn't look
embarrassing
young in
game. I
that
love it.
picture.
I love it. We're getting
Doesn't,
Okay.
exposed here.
So you guys have known more celebrities and ball players. All right, let's
Yeah.
see how if it keeps going. All right. A little harder. A little harder.
No, it's
oh,
not.
that's
No, it's not. Look
Flavor
at the
Flav, right?
clock, bro.
Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay. Oh, big lefty, Josh Bell.
Josh Bell.
Boom. Got
Easy.
it. Nailed
All
it.
right.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
I'm stumped on I don't know, dude. Is
Wait,
this the
there might be
girl
some. Is
that
there hints in the 2009 in the background?
2009?
Coke is a sponsor. St. Joseph's, red something, the blank red dress. Dude, I don't. I
Okay. Nickelodeon star. This is the show that Drake and Josh got famous on before they were on Drake and Josh. For all the
So my
90s kids out
immediate
there.
head went Disney Channel, so I was on the right track.
Mm.
wait. Drake and Josh got famous. Oh, iCarly.
On
Is
the
this
blank
Amanda
show.
Bynes?
Yes, it is.
Wow,
Great
that's a
shout.
crazy
Great
pull.
shout.
That's a crazy
Amazing.
pull.
Amazing. All right, I think we got one more for you. No, that's it.
Oh, that's it.
So you
Wow.
guys officially knew more celebrities than ball players. Look at that.
How about that? We just got
Wow.
embarrassed, Nash. We
Exposed.
might have to
Yeah.
we actually
Should we be a pop culture
I was gonna
podcast?
say.
We might have to switch.
Well, what I was
I
gonna say is that I said before we started it wasn't gonna be a recurring segment, but that might have to be a recurring segment, right? Not like every
yeah.
week, but maybe once a month. We got to study
Yeah.
our ball players here. Jordan Westberg. I thought it was
Dude, I
Charlie
can't we
Gordon.
should
That's
yeah,
embarrassing.
we should have gotten Jordan Westberg for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
Wow. That
Well,
felt
there you
like
have it.
that was a good amount of challenge too. I thought for sure for the hard ones it was gonna be some random relief pitcher and I would not have been able to get those at all.
No, I tried to pick people that were leading in some sort of stat category. So,
Can
Okay.
I
but progressively more difficult.
can
I
I
like it.
cope for a second in that Orioles games are blacked out here, so I can never watch Orioles games, so I don't know what my boys in orange look like up there.
Wait, that's a crazy fun. Wait, that North Carolina is blacked out from Orioles games?
For Baltimore Orioles games and Reds games for
What?
some reason.
That's
What?
Obviously Braves.
crazy.
It's Reds, Braves, and Orioles.
Wow.
That's
So they're like, you
insane.
can't be a fan of anyone
Hmm.
except the White Sox, maybe? You guys really want you to follow through with the Knights clear progression of the big leagues?
They were I was watching them today. They were delayed against the
Oh,
Astros. And the Astros are making their way right up north to Milwaukee after Brewers saving their series. How about that? Cubs are hot, man. You can't
oh yeah, they are. Pete
it's
Crow.
it's we can just keep saying it every single week. We become a Cubs podcast.
Whoa,
Whoa,
whoa, whoa,
whoa.
whoa, 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 whoa.
It'd be so easy. All we do is just say names and then they hit home runs. Kyle Tucker, PCA,
Seiya
Pete
Suzuki.
Davidson. Um,
Boys,
well, yeah, what's up?
the home run parlay, I'll tell the pod. Being in Iowa for the fights, sports betting is legal. So the trend in the betting world these days is betting on home runs. And I was 3 for 4 on a home run parlay. Ellie De La Cruz did not hit a home run. He screwed me over.
Mm,
I was debating between Ellie and your boy, your
And
Cub.
PCA.
Nope, Kyle
No.
Tucker. And he
Oh,
oh,
also homered.
and he also homered.
So that one hurt a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. I should have known, should have bet against the Brewers. Um, except for today, apparently. But yeah, it was close. Close doesn't count it in the sports betting world.
It does not.
It does not. It does not. And you know what else it doesn't count in? I guess you consider it the sports betting world, but it doesn't count in so rare. You got a place. And
True.
Nash, sounds like since the start of the season, you've kind of been struggling to place a little bit. And you've made some investments. You've gone out and bought some big players, some big names. And I guess you could say that your rewards aren't necessarily where you want them to be at a month and a half into the season. So, what we're going to do today is go ahead and take a look at Nash's gallery, his
Gallery.
2025 players, his former season cards, and we're going to maybe tell him to sell, tell him to buy. We're going to bring back some old segments and focus in on his so rare team here. And yeah, so I guess like without further ado, let's get it going. Let's take a look at your team. I got to get back to my newfangled recording settings here. But Nash, I know you own the player that I won this year, Fernando Tatis, and he
Oh,
kind of struggled a little bit since you bought him. I mean, like you can narrow it down to basically the day that Nash picked himself up a Tatis, and even managed to get hit on the forearm 2 days ago,
oof.
where he received a bone contusion or a forearm contusion, which is not a bad injury to have. There's worse, but he ended up playing, which is crazy. And then your boy, Nash, I know you own him as well. Jose Ramirez goes and sprained his ankle as well.
Oh,
So, huh. I know we need to take a look at your gallery here and figure out some things because we need to win you some better awards. We need to win you some better awards. Ooh,
I will say, like,
okay.
I'm not just not placing currently, and I get it. Like, I think it's important to remember, especially in baseball, that it is the streakiest sport of all the professional sports. So like there will be weeks, not just game weeks, but weeks of baseball where your players just don't perform. Conveniently, majority of my players are all not performing at the exact same time. So not only am I not placing, I'm not even getting in top like 50% in a lot of these competitions. Um, which is kind of crazy considering some of the players I have. I feel like I have um, decent players and they're just not doing it. So I'm curious what you guys think. Would you rather see like my team view or just card by card?
I
let's
think it,
let's go for it.
I think it's important to look at how you set your lineups first, and then that way we can see if we have the players that are going to complement what you're trying to do. Oh, did I see that score just go down there? Did we
Did it
Spencer just
really?
strike out? I think he literally just struck out. It's oh
Torquemeister,
man,
man.
we are cursed.
Oh my
We are
God,
13
they're
1
first
against
cursed.
seen
your
the one.
Angels.
Wow.
Wow.
And he
Go Tigers.
has 9
Yeah.
points. Okay.
Shout out Nash's minor league team. Top
Yeah.
2%, 234 points.
Mine is not that good.
Top 2% in the highest entered competition. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Maybe the Braves pull out a little victory tonight and we get another
Uh,
save from Rysel.
doesn't look like
Okay.
it's gonna happen.
No, that's
Oh,
yesterday.
that's yesterday's. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
And he
So
hasn't
yeah,
Almost.
pitched this series. Oh no, he pitched once.
Yeah.
So, and I think it was on Friday. So he's got a chance to pitch tonight if the Braves can do it against the Dodgers. But pretty solid score.
so I go to next week's game week and just show us how you set your lineup, I guess. Obviously you can skip minors for now.
Yeah, so
But yeah, how do you start? And explain as you're going to for podcast
uh
sake.
I start in limited champion. That
Yep.
is like my main competition.
Okay.
Because I have invested in main or new season cards. I only have one starting pitcher, which
Hmm.
is a hole currently in this lineup, but I'm willing to use the 25 energy to use one of these other cards. I don't really mind doing that. I'd rather. have a better pitcher than Flaherty, and use the energy for them.
Okay.
It looks like you might need to invest in some starting pitching here.
I was gonna say, yeah,
Well,
even looking at your classic guys,
You
Josh, these
have
are
one
like
going this week.
there seems to be some confusion here.
Oh, but Framber's projected points. Well, that's okay. We'll figure that out later. Though you know what? The probables might not be set that far into the future, so wouldn't let's not worry about probable starters 100% right now. But the main point is you hopped into champion and you're ready to use some energy if need be.
So definitely pitcher. So I'll put in Hawk as just a placeholder.
yeah, I
Um,
mean you need an ace, Josh. You need an ace.
Hmm.
Even
Right
a
and
off the bat.
classic
like,
We'll talk
ace.
about that. Yeah, keep going with your lineup though. Keep
Yeah.
going with your
okay.
lineup.
My reliever is Estevez. He's just straight in there as a new season card, and
Love
he
that.
conveniently has 4 games against the White Sox. So hopefully a big score from him this week. Going to corner infielder, I have Bryce Harper. I could also use Machado, um, but I normally throw Harper in here. He's kind of my corner infielder lock. Now, middle infielder, I have Bryce Terang as my new season card here. Um, I know it doesn't look great, but Terang has been scoring well outside of the last couple weeks when I bought him. Isn't that funny how that works? But if you look back here, he's put up some great game weeks. Not a huge home run threat. I know how much we love home runs in our Sorare lineups, but singles, doubles, sometimes triples, stolen bases, runs, RBIs, all of that he can do, and that racks up the points. Um, could I get a better second base or shortstop? Absolutely. Um, but I'll be curious what you guys think about that one. We'll get into that. Two locks here. Doesn't really matter which one's outfielder and which one's hitter. Tatis. And then I did buy a Cheerio about a week ago.
Okay.
About a week ago. Some Cheerio. And then from here, I'll make the decision of based on matchups, what team they're
Yep.
playing, how many games they have. I'll either go Machado here if they have Padres have a good matchup. I'll throw J-Dom in if they have a good matchup. He kind of scares me because he doesn't play every day. Um, and that having these type of DNP zeros against the Orioles last week, he had -3 over 3 games. Really great.
Jeez.
So although he's had an okay start to the season, he's kind of a last resort. But again, I'm not afraid to use 25 energy here, and that'd only be 50 total. And I feel like I've been capable of racking in over 50 energy per game week. So then
Yeah,
from
because you
here,
get 25, yeah.
right. So from here, I would just go whoever has the best matchup. Torkelson, who's been hitting a lot of home runs to start the season in Colorado, would be a tempting choice here.
Yeah.
So I'll just throw him in as a placeholder. Back.
Okay.
Start there. What do you think?
Okay. Well, definitely the first thing that sticks out to me is that pitching spot where I
Hmm.
think you could rearrange your gallery in a way where you could definitely try and invest some in more into that pitching spot. Middle infield is a tough spot to fill. It's probably the hardest spot to fill on
Agree.
your so rare team.
Hence
It
why I was okay with a Bryce Terrain because I know he's capable of 30, 40, 50 plus point game weeks. And I'm not really losing a lot on the field because there isn't really a standout second base or shortstop that is a guaranteed 40, 50, 60, 80 plus point game weeks.
Francisco Lindor,
Or Bobby Witt.
Bobby Witt. Yeah.
I mean, again, and part of it too is I don't want to spend 50 bucks on one player at this point. For a Bobby Witt. I don't know how much Lindor is or Bobby Witt for that matter, but two very expensive cards compared to Bryce Strang.
So how about this? We have a past season starting pitcher and then a past season. You're using 50 energy currently in this team. What if you instead, because Bryce Harper's good. Don't get me wrong, but he's not had the best start to the season in terms of what you would assume Bryce Harper to have. I mean, he's capable. Look at that. He's definitely capable right there. But you know who's put up those game week pretty much every single week? Pete Alonso. And I
Yep.
saw that you have him in there. You just don't have a current season Pete Alonso. And Pete Alonso, out of all of my cards in my gallery, I want to say he's probably helped me win the most rewards. So it might be worth checking out some of your other parts of your gallery and energizing a little bit more. I mentioned Lindor, Bobby Witt Jr. Sure, their in-season cards are going to be ridiculous, but maybe a past season card and then use some energy in there. How much energy are you willing to use? I don't know. How much energy do you have stacked up? It looks like you have 925.
A lot.
You can spend a little bit more than 50, like you're going to get 50 back just from entering Challenger without
Exactly.
scoring, without even
Exactly.
scoring. So you could put some more energy into your team, throw that Pete Alonso in there. And then you could even save some energy if you invested in a this season, a new season pitcher.
Yep.
Right. Right. Just out of curiosity, I want to see how much Bobby is going for. So 42 for his new season. Instant buy 49.
You have market
And
credit.
Do you have
then
credit? No.
it may have expired, but I used
Oh,
most of it.
Okay.
And then if you look at like an old season, Bobby 37. It's not that
yep.
much cheaper. $5 cheaper.
Okay.
So a pretty good investment for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'd definitely like
Um,
to know what you guys think in the comments for sure,
Hmm.
because the first thing again that sticks out to me is pitching. And if you're willing to make an investment there, we can go ahead and check out some pitchers too, maybe. But Andrew, anything else stick out to you?
I mean, when we
that's
did
it.
our $50 gallery build, pitcher was a position that was considerably less expensive than every other outfield position. And if you're going to spend energy, I would rather spend it on a position player than on a pitcher. Jacob, I know we looked at Freddie Peralta, we looked at Sonny Gray. Both of those, I think, were under five for each of them. So I'd love to see, investing in a little bit more starting pitchers because if you're going to use your best classic pitcher in champion, then every other lineup is going to be worse because you're going to be using your second best pitcher in that lineup. Whereas this allows you a little bit more flexibility to use that in-season ace. And even if you spent more, I think when we looked, like Cole Reagans was only like $15 at that time. So you can
Sonny
get some
Gray.
good deals
Remember
on
Sonny
auctions.
Gray and Ryan Helsley? That combination? That one
Yeah,
was
that was an
crazy.
elite
Yeah.
combo.
He just pitched pretty well against the
So
Mets too the other day, if I'm not.
at what point are you, let's say like Bryce Harper, for example, like Bryce Harper is and has potential to be a top 10 player in baseball. At what point are you confident in him being more consistent? Like, are you just waiting for him to break out? Are you defaulting to not having him in your lineup at this point in the season? Are you riding him out? I mean, he hit a home run today, it looks like.
Yeah, so for those wondering, Bryce Harper this year is batting 228 with 5 home runs.
Not good.
Oof.
And Pete Alonso, I mean, we just looked him up a few weeks ago, but he's probably about at the same spot where he was, batting 345 with 8 home runs. So it's like that's just been objectively more consistent on a week to week basis. Now, if you were trying to keep Pete Alonso and Bryce Harper in the team, you could almost take out Torkelson and throw Harper into um, that flex spot. However, Torkelson has a little bit better batting averages here, 233, but he's doubled the home run total and hit 10 home runs this year. And he's going into Colorado this week. So that's a tough play not to throw in there. That's where, in my opinion, that becomes like a choice sort of thing. It's not like a stats based only decision. If you want the guy who's hit more home runs in Colorado, go for it. If you want the guy who's going to be borderline Hall of Famer, go for it. But Pete Alonso, Pete Alonso's going in my championship team every single week.
Hmm.
And I think all three of us own him too at this point. Or Andrew, are you a hater after last year?
No, no, I still own him. I actually just bid on his rare card.
Oh, yeah, there we go. There we
But
go.
but looking at this, like I would say, don't be afraid to energize your great cards from last year. Like, don't just use a card because it has 25 on it. Like, we have energy. Like, you can get more energy. Like, some weeks you just have to go for it. And that, if you want to win cash, like, you got to play your best players. And I don't think you should be afraid if, like, I routinely have even submitted 100, I submitted all classic cards in this competition. And if those are my best plays, that's what I'm going to go with. And I'm not afraid to use up my energy.
Same. And
How
clearly you aren't
much,
either because you have 925.
right? How much validity are you putting into the rotor wire predictions?
Mm.
I use them as a basis to base off my, sorry, I said base too many times. I use it as a basis to make my decisions off of other things. Does that make sense? So if they're
Sure.
projected like 14 in my head, then I'm going to look it up and be like, oh, does the weather look bad? Are they not going to play one day because it's a lefty on lefty matchup? That's when I'll start to do a little bit of research if it's a good player projected a little bit less. But if it's like RotoWire, they'll predict that, like good matchups. If you have someone going against the White Sox 3 games
Four
or four
games.
games, for
Yeah,
example,
that's a
yeah,
great
That's
play.
hard to pass
Jonathan
up
India
on.
might be a better play even than Bryce Harper this week because he's got 4 games against the White Sox, whereas
Yep.
Bryce Harper only has 3 games, and I don't remember who they were against. Yeah,
Um,
Churio. Churio struggled a little bit over the past few weeks. Is he a championship player right now, or is he going to find himself in a different team and you could play Harper, Tatis, Alonso, and India?
I think what's hard, right, is like finding there's definitely a gray area in terms of balance. And there's definitely a point where you're tinkering too much with lineups. I mean, we see this with like fantasy
Great
football all the
counsel.
time. Yeah,
Yep.
great counsel, exactly. But like Churio, like I feel like there's certain players that you have to ride out a little bit, and I think matchups will definitely play a role. There is a something to quality of player. Like, for example, I'm not gonna if Sterling Marte has 4 games against the White Sox, I'm probably not playing him over Tatis. Um, and guys like Churio have shown that in any game week they could go off and have 50 points.
Right.
And
Yep.
even though he's been struggling lately, like there's nothing to say he won't do that against the Astros. So um, I feel like you can play the matchups, but there's just certain players that you almost have to ride out a little bit. Bryce
Mhm.
Harper in the past was probably one of those players. Currently, I don't know if he's quite falling into that category, but I think this lineup at its core will always have Tatis in it. Will most likely always have Churio in it. Pete's probably a lock right now, and then the rest, Estevez is a lock just because reliever, closer, good matchup. But those other three positions to fill are kind of up in the air. Like the Terang, first base, and the extra hitter and that's 75 energy if I get a new pitcher. Like those are the three I can definitely see tinkering more with.
Okay. Okay.
Do you agree with
Yeah.
that?
I do. Yeah, I
So,
think 75 energy per game week is that because you're assuming you can get 50 out of one of your two lineups. I think that's a pretty safe assumption. That means you're not burning any energy. And, really that means some weeks you could go five classic cards there or submit two champion lineups.
sure. How do we feel about this lineup as it stands right now?
I like it. I like the matchups.
Well,
Mets
ignore
Braves is gonna be
off.
fun. Pitcher, yeah, if you want to upgrade the pitcher, I mean Tanner Houck is coming up against
The
the Rangers, it
Rangers.
looks like.
Hmm.
Rangers have been pretty decent this year. Maybe that's not a matchup that you want to go, especially. Oh no, they're going to be at home. They're going to be at home, so they might have a little bit of Fenway home field advantage there. I love the White Sox plays. The only thing, I mean, Estevez will get at least one go at it in 4 games, no matter what. You got to keep your closer pitching.
Mhm.
It's like why Trevor McGill pitched today against the Cubs, even though the Brewers were already up 4-0. It was a non-save situation, but you still got to get him some reps.
He also hasn't pitched in
Estevez
four
will
games.
pitch. Yeah, look at that. He hasn't pitched in 4 days. He'll pitch at
Yep.
least once, no matter what. That being said, can you bank on the Royals not winning at least a couple games by like 6, where they're
Yeah.
not in a save situation too?
It's one
So
of
there's
those
always that
weird,
aspect too.
yeah,
But I
like
I like the Jonathan India play. I like players that have 4 games coming up
Yep.
against. Yeah. And this is crazy.
bad
Looking
teams.
back to before So Rare, before So Rare, when we played fantasy baseball, we would never, ever look into how many games in the game week or in the week the players were playing.
No.
Sometimes it's 6, sometimes it's 7, rarely it's 5, but we never would look at that. And now it's huge. It's like it's such a huge decision maker how many games a player is going to play in that given game week. Framber
I,
against the Brewers sounds
if
just
Framber is actually pitching on Wednesday, I mean that would be almost a must play against the Brewers. I
On
don't
the road
love
though.
true, and I don't love that it's I think one player going against one of your pitchers is no big deal. But you got to
I
watch out
avoid it though.
for yeah, you got to watch out for pitchers pitching against your own players.
Like I saw you have Max Fried going against the Padres this week, and
Right. That being
obviously
said,
that's
right, like with one player, if Churro hits a home run off of Framber and gets, you know, 40 points in the game week because the other games he gets some decent scores, and then Framber pitches 7 innings, 1 run, and gets 10 strikeouts, like he's still putting up 40 points that game week.
that's
So
betting on a lot though. That's
it
betting on
is,
a
yeah.
it
lot.
is, it is. But I don't think one player is enough to fully be like, no, do not play your pitcher against your own hitter. There's room for each to be successful.
But like, but it's avoidable though. Like no one's making you.
True.
Like in order
But if
for to
that's
have the
your it
best game week possible, like both your pitcher and the hitter have to like it's very, very unlikely that like Churio has a 3 home run game against Framler. I doubt Framler's gonna have a great start.
yeah, true. What pitchers do we like? Who's
Freddie
who's an
Peralta.
ace?
What is Freddie Peralta's price?
Day to day, is he hurt?
He did come out of the game after like 80 pitches with a
Ooh, never mind.
groin
Groin issue.
groin soreness.
I mean, we've all been there before.
That's gonna be one of those that turns into like a month on the IL.
Yeah, I'm scared to bid or buy any player that's day to day because
Wow.
again, you don't have to. Just buy someone else.
Look up
$5 though for an ace is
Sonny
crazy.
Gray.
Is Sonny Gray an ace though?
he is
Okay,
on the Cardinals.
Yeah,
look up
but
Cole
in
Reagans.
Sonny Gray
Carlos
this year,
Estevez,
Nash.
Cole Reagans.
Sonny Gray this year is 3-1. He has a 4.1 ERA,
Gotta use
but
the other
he
search.
has 39 strikeouts in 39 innings. He's
You
a
just go to
strikeout
the
inning guy.
left.
He throws 6 innings. He's three and
guys,
one.
Josh, it's above home.
I would say Tanner Houck and Sonny Gray are very comparable pitchers in a Sorare perspective,
No, do
though.
you
So
see
I
it?
wouldn't
It's
say that
above
would be
home, the
much of an
search
upgrade.
box.
I know
Now,
it's above home. I'm just saying, why is this arrow not going back to
Oh,
like why did I have to click that so many times?
just
And
click
why
on it.
is there a search bar if I can't? Okay. Anyway, Cole
You're,
Reagans.
come on.
Cole
come on,
Reagans
Josh.
is selling for oops. Click. Ten
There we
bucks.
go. $10. That's an easy buy.
He got rocked. Yeah.
Cole
Day
Reagans
to
is
day.
also hurt.
Day to day. I wouldn't
Mm.
necessarily go with him either. He
His
also has a
He
groin
is
groin.
scheduled
problem.
to start.
Groin.
He's also got a groin problem.
He's
Pitchers,
pitching
Groin
Monday
issue.
against the White
need to stretch
Sox.
before you throw.
Monday against the White Sox, though. That's a great matchup.
It's a fantastic matchup.
That's
If
a
his
great
But
one. Yeah.
groin is
is he
feeling
gonna be
better.
limited? Are they gonna let him go through the full number of pitches?
You would think because it was a short period of time that he missed, um, that he would be okay, but he hasn't pitched that great this year either. A couple good starts in there, but last couple, not great. The Royals are a weird team too. I think it's important to buy players on good teams. Agreed?
Hmm.
Yeah.
The Royals are definitely a solid team, but are they a top five team? Probably not. Just out of curiosity.
Josh, you're doing the
Um,
search wrong.
sorry. I've never used Sorare before, so
Yeah, get a real ace.
I mean, even still, right? Like $13, $16. It's probably worth the extra $6 to get Yamamoto on the Dodgers. Dodgers are winning a lot of games. They're going to be in the playoffs, a guaranteed. Are the Royals a guarantee to make the playoffs? Not necessarily. Um, so spending up a little bit might be the play here. And it's new season too. So anyway, there you have it.
I like it.
All right. I won't click through, but I would go through limited challenger next and fill these two lineups with the remaining cards. One of them is obviously going to be better than the next.
Hmm.
And then I would move on to rare and do my two rare lineups, which I'm sticking with challenger at this point because I have no new season rare cards.
Wow. Wait, you can set two rare lineups?
And the second
Wow.
one is lackluster at best, but I have enough cards. And then I would do
Okay.
minors after that.
I mean, minors is
Now,
just common cards.
now, if I start using more classic cards in Champion, then I would probably fill out an all-star lineup with the Champion or the new season cards I didn't use and commons.
Okay.
That would probably be my move there. So like if I stuck with this lineup, then I would use that Machado, Bryce Harper, J-Dom, and then some common cards in there.
Clearly, you have good comments if you're placing in top 2%.
Apparently, just play all the Cubs against the Brewers. I only had
There you
Pete
go.
Crow, but
Oh, you got a Yamamoto comment. There you go.
I do. I do. I
I
like this
also I
lineup.
also have a PCA comment too.
So that's a goat
So
pick.
you set your minor league team after your all-star team.
Mm.
I don't normally play All-Star because I don't have enough new season cards. I say
You
that, and I
got
did play All-Star.
925 energy.
I know.
So I own Yamamoto and I own an Aaron Judge, my common cards, and they are going into one of my all-star lineups every single week.
Okay.
All-star has better rewards than
Yeah, I do. If
common.
I were to do both, I would do All-Star first. Like here, I use my Tatis, my Churio, and my Alonso in my All-Star. And I still had this left over to use, which is funny that it got top two, and this one's in 40% because
Wow.
this was like the better common cards. But so I would do this first and then do
Okay.
minors,
Okay. Just making sure there. Yeah.
and that's the order of everything.
Okay. I think your main problem right now is just a bit of a fear to use energy. There are a couple positions like pitcher that you could definitely use an upgrade, but you have good players. Tatis, Pete Alonso, Churio, Harper, if you're playing him, Torkelson, the way he's been playing this year, they will hit in a given game week eventually. You just got to get that quote unquote parlay to hit, but they will hit eventually. And when they do, you're going to start to win some rewards for sure. Start to win some more rewards.
Josh, is there a reason why you've not spent your 1,900 essence? That looks like a free card to me.
No, I don't have a reason. I don't have enough for a limited card yet. I think
You
that's
have
why. Oh,
1,465, brother man. Airdrop.
actually,
Did you miss the airdrop for
Oh,
setting
the
a lineup this
airdrop.
past week?
Yes, sir.
wait,
Heyo,
what?
free card for Nash.
He
What did I
didn't
miss?
know. He didn't know.
He didn't know. So rare dropped us all as long as you set a lineup since April 12th until like the end of April. Or maybe it was April 12th through like a few weeks after that. There was a bit of a glitch in some of the rewards or how they were handed out or how people were able to set their lineups. It wasn't with the rewards. It was how people were able to set their lineups. And you all of us were airdropped
Yep.
1,000 essence, a free card for setting a lineup. There it
Oh,
There
is.
you go.
that
5
5
days
days
is
ago.
ago.
You read it?
Yeah, you even
apparently,
read the
apparently,
notification.
Yeah.
allegedly.
Let's
1,465
let's
essence.
craft a card.
Let's see
Uh,
it.
Let's craft a card.
so to answer your question, I have no reason. I didn't. I didn't necessarily pay
Craft
attention
a
to this.
card. Craft the
Let's
card.
go.
Any guesses?
Julio. Julio.
Wow.
Go
Okay,
big.
Julio.
that would be sick.
I'm gonna
That
go
would.
with a starting. You're gonna get ready for this. He's been a banger for me this year. I have his card. Brian Wu.
Okay,
Ooh.
I would
Okay.
Also
take
would look
that.
into buying him if you don't have him yet. Been
How about a
great for
Frank? How
Seattle
about a
this year.
Frankie Lindor? Then
Whew,
I don't have to buy
we're going
one.
big.
Or Pete Alonso.
You
Ooh,
know it's gonna be Daz Cameron.
it's gonna be Chris Flexen.
Jeff
Yes,
McNeil.
he's a
Jeff McNeil.
podcast legend. That would be great. All right,
No
no
going
going
back.
back.
Pumping essence. Pump,
He's
pump,
still got
pump.
465 remaining too.
There we go.
Ooh.
You just make us wait.
102.
Okay, that's a solid number.
USA, yes.
Not Otani.
Starting
I told
pitcher.
you, Brian Wu.
Dodgers.
Mariners. Oh, Charlie Morton.
Orioles?
Oh, that's pretty good.
Okay.
He
We
he's a rook or was a rookie last year and has yet to really figure it out this year. If I'm correct, Cade Povich
He's getting
he's
11
1 and
average.
2 with the 5.16 ERA.
It's
But he was
guys,
a big prospect
it's not
for the
good.
Orioles.
It's not good.
But no, he's not.
It'll
He's
be in
not
there
really going to fit into
eventually.
your team.
Guys, that was not good. That was not good.
Hey,
Starting pitcher
it
is
was
exactly what I
free.
needed. That was not what I needed.
It was free.
It was free.
It was free.
Hey,
Hey,
look at that. He
a
put up a
30.
30.
Look
The
at
Orioles
that.
stink, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
He's
I
got
mean,
some
he's
good
got
starts, honestly.
okay starts. The
Just
Yankees are
play him
hitting.
matchup. You can play him when he has a good matchup. Just don't play him against the Yankees.
The Yankees are hurting everybody. He only gave up 3 runs. He's just not a big strikeout pitcher, and that's what you
Hmm.
need for points. So,
Yep.
how many strikeouts did he have here? 5. Yeah, he just doesn't get strikeouts, so he's not going to score super high as a
Yeah,
pitcher.
he's 25 and 29 innings.
Yeah, it's
ish.
not great. But okay,
You could
it's a
always
card.
sell him for $1
He would
and
he
invest
would
that in
be a
someone else.
very fine like all-star starting pitcher.
Or
Doesn't
you
hurt
vault
to
him.
have
Vault
or
him.
you vault them. Yeah, you could
Seriously.
do that.
It's true.
There he is.
I
There he
vaulted.
is.
I think I vaulted the guy that I won with my free essence.
Okay.
What did you guys get?
I got Tyler Rogers, relief pitcher, which I kind of needed a
Hey.
relief pitcher, so I was
It's not
okay with
bad.
that
He pitches a lot for the Giants.
for the
Forget
Giants.
who I got.
I also have another
team.
1,000 essence built up from winning, which I have also not used. I was going to use it before. You know what? I can go ahead and use it right now, I guess. I was going to use it before tomorrow's game week.
Anything
Oh.
else about the gallery before we move on?
I think we're good. I think we
Yeah.
found some holes that could not necessarily holes, I guess, but potholes that might need a little bit of going over,
I think
Not
I
fully
think
holes where we need to
think-
repair the entire road, but you
Right.
got a
Yep.
good team. And I think you set your lineups in a good way too. You know what's up when it comes to that. So rewards will
I'll
come.
say
They will
don't
come.
be surprised if this turns into a Yamamoto
Mhm.
and
Oh.
this maybe turns into a Lindor. Just throwing that out there. Just saying.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Josh.
And then we'll see. I'm putting money where my mouth is. I'm winning.
Could
I'm winning.
always-
I'm getting first place.
Could always
Okay.
start trying to sell some cards at low prices,
True. True. Anyone want a Cade Povich?
Put them up for
Because-
125.
Well, I mean, someone will because
Yeah.
they're going to vault him. Like, I
Yep.
might vault him.
Exactly.
True. True.
Orioles collection?
Orioles collection vault, so on and so forth.
So many reasons. So many reasons.
Mhm.
So many.
All right.
What's
There we
your
go.
Ponzi
Well-
scheme? Triangle?
Pyramid scheme.
Pyramid
Get
scheme.
the-
That's the one.
Get the limiteds right before we move on to rares.
All right,
guess
Jacob, let's see it.
Before
I
we
got
get
the
into the
bad
pickle,
luck. Or I guess
Before we
not
get into
bad
the
luck,
pickle,
Oh, we're gonna
My
craft yours?
1100. All right. Will this be a more or less expensive card than Nash's?
More,
More.
more.
I'll go
I
over. I'll
think
take
it,
the
I think this
over.
is going to be a banger.
Yeah.
You think it's, I have had two or three
I'm
crafts
going
this year, and it's
Yankees
been
or
Curtis
Dodgers.
Mead, Tyler
Yamamoto.
Rogers, and Harrison Bader. So I'm due for a good one.
Yankees or
Hey,
Dodgers.
Harrison Bader's decent.
43?
That's good.
43
Not
is
a
not
lot
a
given
conceivable
out.
number.
Ooh, it's Aaron Judge. Yankees. Ooh.
Santander?
Uh, Alan Roden. Alan Roden is
Yikes.
not in my
Rookie.
book.
Rookie, though. If you got
What's
a
Alan
Vladdy,
Roden up to these days?
He had a low light the other day where he got hit. He got hit in like the nuts.
Oh, I
oof,
did see
Alan
that.
Roden.
groin
Yes,
injury.
that was him.
Alan Roden is hitting 178 with one home run this year. He's
Look at
Yikes.
13 hits.
look at these rewards. Look at these
Wait,
rewards.
wait.
Mike
Guys.
Trout, Jalen Duran, O'Neal Cruz, and then look at these crafts. Bader, Tyler
Jacob.
Rogers, and then where'd he go? Alan Roden.
Jacob,
There he is.
you can find happiness in the fact
He doesn't play.
that he is from a place well known to everybody in this. He's from Middleton, Wisconsin.
He is?
Oh, shout
Yeah,
out to him.
All right. Gotta keep him. Gotta start
Yeah.
collecting his cards, man.
he went to Middleton High School. He's
There we
25.
go. There we go.
Where'd
It
he
looks like
go
he's gonna
to?
get demoted.
Oh, he could
He
play
went
with
to
Jake
Creighton.
Berger.
Creighton.
Yeah.
All right.
He went 0 for 25 with 9 strikeouts, apparently.
Hey, he's young. He'll figure it out.
He'll figure it out. Exactly. Middleton, Wisconsin. Number 83, Alan Roden.
Oh, it's the AL East.
Oh,
It's Aaron,
Jordan
not the
Westburg.
USA. Not the USA, not the USA.
Oh, not the USA.
Um, it
It
is
is the
not the
AL East. How about
USA.
that? Righty could be Vladdy.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Not for Toronto. Not for Toronto. Of course.
Uh,
That would be silly. It could be
Devers?
lefty.
or Oswaldo
Peraza,
Pereira, Peraza, Cabrera. Could be one of them. No.
not the Yankees. So
Campbell?
he's
Campbell?
26 or 27.
26,
Oh,
27.
he's
Campbell's
older.
Christian
probably
Campbell's got
Campbell's
to
too
be
too
young.
younger.
young.
Yeah, way younger.
So it could be Red Sox. It could be Orioles. Um, or Rays.
Rays. Could
Any
be
Rays out there?
Taylor Walls.
Also from the USA. Also
Oh,
switcher.
yeah,
Didn't
just get the
know
Rays out of the way. Whatever.
think we could. Is it Caminero?
Caminera's too young. But yeah, guess Dominican. Guess Dominican. I like it. Ooh, on
It
the
is the
Rays.
Rays. And
And
he's
Okay.
Dominican.
oh, starting pitcher
Um, for the Rays.
or relief pitcher on the Rays.
Um, oh, it could be starting pitcher.
It's not Taj Bradley.
I think that's who
Taj
came to
Bradley's
my
from the
mind.
United States, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's not
The Rays. Who else
Yandy
is on the
Rays.
Diaz.
Rays?
Yeah.
Could be.
I don't think it's a pitcher. He's 33. Dang it.
He's also Cuban, not Dominican.
All right, how about I made a video. Oh no, he's a lefty. Aranda's a lefty, I think. Isn't he? No, he's a righty.
Ronda.
No.
Nope,
That's
lefty.
Michael Arias. Yeah.
Wow. Who else is a
Curtis
pitcher for
Mead?
the Rays?
Is Curtis Mead from the Dominican Republic?
Is Shane Baz?
Shane Baz is not Dominican.
Yeah, he's not.
Should we get a starting pitcher out of the way?
Yeah, I guess say Shane Baz, yeah. Oh, Christopher Morel?
Oh,
Oh, it's not a left fielder.
What? Are we stupid? Who else plays on the Rays? Let me think. Let me think. Let me think.
Yandy Diaz?
Yandy Diaz, Christopher Morel, any of them? Is it a reliever? If it's
Dude,
a
if it's a
reliever, we're in
reliever,
trouble.
it's yeah, if
I
it's
don't
a
know.
reliever,
Guess
I
Pete
don't.
Fairbanks. Guess Pete
Yeah.
Fairbanks.
Yeah.
You know
Oh,
what? We're done. We're screwed. Does anyone out there know? Oh,
Oh, he's Mexican.
how'd you know that? That's pretty good.
Uh,
Um, yeah, just send him. We're screwed.
can we name any other relief pitchers on the Rays?
No.
no.
I just pulled up their relief pitchers on my phone, and I still don't know who it is. Is it Edwin Uceda?
Uceta. It could be Uceta.
Yep, that's him.
Iman.
That's it.
No, you just looked him up.
Boom.
Edwin,
Edwin
Edwin,
Uceta.
Edwin. Real quick, let's get a stat check on Edwin Uceda.
Edwin
2-1,
Uceta
three, two,
this year
one.
is 2-1 with a 3.46 ERA in 14 games, 13 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts, a 1.15 whip. Very average stats.
Wow, he
Yep.
pitched today, gave up a walk and 2 hits, and did not give up a run. Good job,
Against the Yankees too.
dude.
Yeah, he turned a double play. He turned a double play where who was it? Who was it? JC Escara grounded
Hmm.
out to the pitcher and he threw it home and then they turned a double play, threw it to
Wow,
first. Yep.
there
I
you
Wow.
was
go.
watching right before we
That's
hopped on.
bases loaded, nobody out.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
Mm-hmm.
good for him. Very good. Well, there you have it. Let us know if you want us to review your gallery like we did for mine today. Message us on any of our socials, Twitter, Instagram, wherever, TikTok, and we will respond and we'll get your Sorare name and we will look at your gallery for you, review it, see what you're missing, see if we can help you win some rewards. If that's what you're into, we'll do it. Don't forget to leave us a rating wherever you're listening to our podcast. Like I said, go check out the socials, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and as always, until next week, you just attended batting practice. Now you're ready to get in the game. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.